The following podcast may be explicit. One Joe Young presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Join us at our gaming table as Mickie, JJ, Kurt, Brit, Joe, and special guest Chris continue in the port city of Wynte. A piece of Aleyna's past visits the city, bearing an ominous warning. It's time for Aleyna's adventure. Enjoy the podcast.
Hi, and welcome to Adventures from the Shed. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Find us on iTunes, Facebook, Stitcher Radio, Google+. You can Bing your Google to find us if you'd like. We are going to go around the table and say hi, starting with...
Hi, everyone. This is Mickie. I play Nessalus in this crazy, crazy adventure.
JJ here, playing Calamity, the ex-Vengeance Paladin, now just the Paladin.
You can still be vengeful. It's okay.
I could be.
I'll go next. This is Kurt. I am playing Truk, the human monk.
Hey everyone, this is Brittany. I'm playing Aleyna, the human something.
The human
She's changed
something.
3 times now.
Yeah, technically in Dungeon World terms, she's a bard, but she's the fighter, if you will. She's a fighter, but the bard fighter.
I do things.
And introduce our special guest, Chris.
I'll be playing a cleric today.
And his name is Chris because I said so. And I'm Joe. I am the game master for our Dungeon World campaign set in the world of Alamand. When we last left our party, they were in the port city of Wynte and had just been attacked by the South Seas Pirates. They had come to the charter house of Calamity, and the party successfully fought them off. Nessalus, with a very potent fireball, took care of Joff, the head of the pirates. And after that battle, Calamity made a deal with them. And JJ's going to tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so after Jeff perished, Calamity, with the help of the city guard, apprehended all of the pirates. And while they were sitting rotting in prison, he went and, with everyone who would, he made them sign contracts, magically binding contracts. And he managed to get about half the crew, and was able to secure 3, I believe, is the number of boats that is in Calamity's newly founded Merchant Marine. 2 skimmers and 1 courier or cavalier class or whatever.
2 small boats, 1 big boat.
Yeah.
Yep.
The big boat's got like 16 guns.
It's the gunship.
It's a gunship. And Calamity has recently taken on the role over the last 30 days or so of inspecting all the ships coming in, checking against manifests and crews to see that the pirating activities are over.
Okay, and there's been a few skirmishes here or there, but nothing that your fleet couldn't handle.
Yeah.
Are they on fleet?
On
fleek.
Fleek.
And he's been paying the crew to help man the ships. Mm-hmm. Just one to keep the pirates under control because while the contracts are magically binding, they might decide to get uppity.
Of course. I mean, there were pirates not too long ago.
Anytime Nessalus is aboard the ship, they're all they walk a little softer.
They tread lightly in my wake.
Yeah.
So are they towing you behind the boat? Is that your wake?
That's my wake.
So speaking of Nessalus, what's she been doing for the last month or so?
Nessalus has been hanging out in the city, doing some more research, trying to level up her spells, if you will. Of course, her teenage hormones are getting the better of her. And this is a fairly large city, so there's caravans coming in and out all the time. And she's met a friend. We'll call him Wayne.
Friend with benefits.
Who is, friends with benefits, yes. Yeah. She met him. He was part of a traveling caravan, came to the city to try to make an interesting life of himself. He grew up out in the country, didn't really have very much exposure to the big city. So she's kind of been showing him the ropes and telling him or teaching him how to not get cheated and pickpocketed and all that good stuff. So she's made friends with Wayne.
Cool.
Yay.
Wayne. Party time.
Excellent.
What's Truk been up to?
So Truk has had an interesting time. First, he took 7 days in silent meditation, or in a vow of 7 days of silence, so that he could refocus his energy, get his chi properly aligned, recover from the collateral damage from Nessos' fireball, and also to give Nessos a little space here as she finds her way with her new friend. But then he was actually called to the Arcanum.
Sounds good. Yep.
By the wizard there who he had met when they were back there, who had been impressed by his presence and asked if he would accompany a caravan that was taking an important text to a neighboring village. So Truk spent 2 weeks protecting that caravan, and that is an interesting story, perhaps for another day.
So you were a library guard?
I was a library guard.
Okay.
For a sacred and magical text.
That's pretty cool. Librarian protector of Doom.
Here's a book
Of
cop.
Doom.
I like to add of Doom to
Were you throwing the
things.
book at people?
I give him the book.
I like it.
Book 'em, Dano.
Brit, what was Aleyna doing for the last month or so?
Well, Aleyna also kind of decided that it was time to give Nessie some space with her new friend. Although Aleyna is a little leery about it. She is
Tiny bit overprotective. just a
tiny
just
bit.
a tiny bit.
She has backed off some because Nessie is about that age.
She's a big tiefling now.
I'm a big kid now.
Yeah. But she did want to stay close, so she's been just around the town doing small jobs, like dishwashing jobs, not really adventure type jobs.
Okay.
And like helping out, especially around the tavern area. What is that called?
The Sea Spirits Tavern
Yes.
is the one that you
Helping
guys
out
were
around
in.
there
Yeah.
because that's where she's been staying. Because although she had a very nice offer to stay, what's the
buyers
building?
of Amarash?
Yeah. She likes to check out the wanderers in the tavern place.
She likes to
I'm going to keep
people
calling
watch.
it a tavern. I don't even know if that's the right word. That's what I'm going to call it.
It's an inn,
It's the Sea Spirits Inn, I think is the name I gave it.
but there is a tavern inside of it.
I'm sure it's got a bar
Yeah.
in there.
There's always some place to drink.
Definitely. You guys were in that place.
Yeah, that's where we got the.
That's where we met the
bidet.
crazy monk. We had a bidet. We had the talking, not the talking, but the inspired plant, Frederica.
Yeah.
Lots happened at that inn.
Speaking of that, Kurt, you had mentioned off-air before we started thinking about going to visit Frederica. What I'd like to say is, because of the way we've described the staff as being a branch of Frederica, you have like a spiritual link to Frederica through the staff. So you could use that while you're meditating
Excellent.
as a way to keep in touch with the earth. And Frederica.
Use
I think
your
that
staff. to keep in touch.
Frederica sends little messages on those helicopter pods, helicopter seats.
That could be
and,
neat.
and it spits out the top.
That would be pretty cool. Like fortune cookies. Nice.
But only after you stroke the staff.
So I'd like to...
That's what spurts out of the top.
It spurts out the top.
I'd like to hear from you guys how the characters would keep in touch over a month, because it sounds like you're kind of doing separate things, doing your own thing in the city. Now, the city is large enough. Truk would have left the city apparently for a couple of weeks, but come back. How do you keep in touch with each other?
Like I said, I was.
'Cause you,
Yeah.
I would
I
say
would
you
have
formed
kept-
a pretty strong band over the last year.
I would have kept these guys employed, so to speak, and they would have done some odd jobs, like with the ships, or with the the library guard duty that was contracted out through the buyers at Amarash Guild Hall. They originally approached them, and then Truk got his recommendation from the Guild Hall to the Argus Arcanum, and so on and so forth.
We probably get together like potluck
Yeah.
Tuesdays or something.
Luck Tuesday. They get together for the spaghetti supper.
Why not?
Yeah,
Where would that be?
At the tavern.
At the Sea Spirits?
yeah.
Tavern?
See that? Yeah.
Sea Spirits Inn. Tavern.
I'm actually
I'm gonna call it
tavern.
looking
different every
to,
time.
because of how much time everyone's spending there, I'm looking to actually purchase the tavern. The inn.
Ah, interesting thought.
In
Always
negotiations
looking
now with
for-
the
Damn it,
innkeeper.
JJ, I'm an adult.
Oh, he's
I
looking
can
for
take
an
care
angle.
of myself.
Just gotta buy the place.
He's not a prophet, he's a profiteer.
He does worship the almighty dollar.
And that
Definitely the
Can that be
profit center
episode
for our
title?
party.
like that.
What?
What Chris said.
Profiteer.
He's not a prophet. He's a profiteer.
Yeah, I think the title of this episode may be Profiteer, spelled Propheteer.
Okay.
Very clever.
Possibly. We'll see. I'm going to write that right now. All
Promptly
right.
Forget
So
it.
Nestless
Yay.
is still a tiefling? That's how she... Okay.
Well, no,
She
we
kind of
translated
disguised
it.
herself.
We translated it to a wizard for Dungeon
Or
World.
elf. Well, we use the elf
Right.
race, but I...
Correct.
She
Well,
is
how-
a
how-
tiefling.
how's
She
her
uses
look,
the
though?
elf
Like, how's she
stats.
looking, though?
She's still this. Yeah.
She still looks like you would
Got a
what
tail,
you would
some
picture
horns.
a tiefling to look
But
like.
she was trying to disguise
But she
herself
does disguise
before.
herself
Okay.
on a regular basis, So she grows her hair out to kind of cover the horns a bit.
Okay, gotcha.
Keeps the tail
Tucked.
tucked.
So she's got
Full
that
tuck.
big
She's
anime
bending it.
hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big anime hair, full tuck, the
Gotcha.
whole nine.
All right.
She looks fabulous.
But the tail is in the back, so
Yeah.
when you tuck it, it comes out the front.
so it's very confusing
Is that a
when she
tail in
slow
your pants? Are you
dances.
happy to see me?
Confusing slow dance.
Wayne had an interesting time. That's
Did
all I
he?
gotta say.
Yeah.
He's into the freaky stuff.
He got a little tail.
Got a little tail,
Yeah.
just a little.
Just a tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Nice.
Rental advisory.
Full frontal.
Full
Sorry.
frontal advisory?
We're good. We're good. Okay. So about, like I said, about a month and a half after the incident with the pirates, you guys have been going about your business. One day, the middle of the day, Calamity, one of your seamen comes out, and
Just one.
from the just one
Little drip-
narrow
That was
urethra.
beautiful.
little drippage.
From that comes running to you to the charter house from the docks, and he tells you, Calamity, how would you be addressed, sir, boss,
Sir.
Calamity, sir? There's an old man on a boat approaching that wishes to speak with Aleyna, Paladin of the Order of Light. He wants to speak with her, and I know you've known someone named Aleyna. Do you know who he's talking about?
I know of Aleyna, but not as a paladin of light. Bring him to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And about 10 minutes later, this guy, who looks a lot like Chris. So, Chris, describe what this man looks like.
I'm going to have him look like... You guys ever watched Dune? The 80s movie? Kind of like Max von Sydow's character, Dr. Kynes. Like a thinner, older guy with short gray hair, gray mustache and beard. But everything's very, tidy. So he's thin, but he looks like He looks like a plain dressed guy, but you could tell he's probably wearing armor underneath his normal clothes. Like, he looks like he could probably hold his own.
Okay.
But he's not like some huge dude. It's like a thinner guy, but he's got some muscle.
Hail.
So he looks like Kurt.
Except for the mustache and beard.
You'll take that.
Yeah. And Kirk can hold his own if he's given enough time in the morning.
Now, since I've been keeping dabs, how much information do I have about everybody else?
Not
Or
much.
none? Okay, I got it.
Not
So, okay,
much.
just
I
wanted to
mean, you know that she's been with a group of 4.
Okay, so I don't know anybody else's name.
Not
probably.
really.
Gotcha. All right.
Hail there.
Hello, sir.
So I understand you're looking for Aleyna, paladin of light.
Yes. I seek an audience with her. It's very important.
I do not know of Aleyna as a paladin of light. I know her as a great inspirer in battle.
It's probably the same person.
Interesting.
She has a pretty specific description, as Brit has given to us before, of very utilitarian, broad of shoulder woman.
Okay.
She's a brick house.
Like an
Yes.
Amazonian.
Yeah, so it would probably be easy enough
Yeah.
to describe.
All right. That sounds like the one. Okay. Yeah, she actually frequents the Seaside Inn. It's down the way, about 3 houses, and then make a right, and then there are 6 houses.
There's a sign. You'll find
Somebody got to write that.
Does it look like he's BSing me? Is it obvious?
No. Sea Spirits Tavern. Yes.
Okay.
Inn
Oh,
Tavern.
Sea Spirits.
Side,
Yeah.
Inn Place. That one. Sea Spirits is the part I can remember. Okay.
All right.
So down the street.
So you're just
I'll
sending
make
him
a-
there? Straight, So you're just sending him straight there?
Yep.
I could be an assassin.
I don't see him as being that threatening.
I'm just an old man.
So old. Are you washing dishes, Aleyna?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Time
So
of day is it?
after you arrive, the woman at the front desk, I think her name was Ellen.
Yes.
I'm going to say Ellen. Sounds good to me. Her name was Ellen.
It was either that or Eileen. We had two of them.
Yeah, we had a couple. In the
If
same
you were
place.
listening at home and you remember the lady's name in the
Yes.
Secrets Tavern, we love you, and thanks for your support.
Thank
You
you
can
very
totally
much.
post it and let us know what differences we
Definitely
are.
call us out. Do the thing.
Ellen shouts back to the kitchen, Aleyna, there's someone here to see you. Which probably never happens.
Because she's not very popular.
Aleyna would shout back to the front, "Is it Nessie? You can send her back."
No, it's old man.
I don't know any old men.
What's your name, sir?
Jer.
His name is Jer.
Oh.
You want to come say hi, or should I tell him to go away?
Sawed off.
Adventure over.
Well, you can tell him to go away.
Sawed off, old man.
Yeah, shut off. Go find someone else to pick on, old man.
Aleyna would.
And he would have got away with it
Yeah.
too. It wasn't for you meddling kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aleyna would stop doing dishes
Okay.
and walk up to the front.
Okay. You see the old man that you used to watch play chess standing before you, and go.
What are you doing here?
Can we have a seat?
Oh yeah, you guys can definitely go sit.
But no. This is concerning.
He's going to challenge you to a game of chess. He brought the board with him.
He's been waiting all this time. It's been 5 freaking years.
I think it would be 10.
It's close to 10 since you
It's 10.
last watched him play chess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What are you doing here?
I have some news from the north about your order.
What of them?
They've been decimated.
Yes.
Oh no.
So there's only 10% left.
How did you know where to find me?
Let's say a little bird told me.
I was going for
A little bird
bird.
told me. Was it a different bird than the one that told you I was dead 5 years ago?
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. What are the chances that Nessalus or Truk would be in the tavern in midday?
Oh, that's wake up time.
Yeah. So you might be waking up and heading down to the tavern.
The crack of
Breakfast.
noon.
Okay. So Nessalus would be walking in while you guys are starting your conversation in the tavern.
Truk is out practicing walking on water.
I thought you were just going to say practicing walking.
That too.
That kind of night.
He hasn't walked in a while.
He's trying to figure out how to get a swagger in his step.
He's still trying to figure out how to use the staff.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are having the conversation. Nessalus, you see Aleyna
So Ness-
and an old dude sitting at a table.
So next, Ness is walking down the stairs, hair all awry, like total bed hair, rubbing her eyes. She looks over to the table. So you're talking to Jer?
Chair.
Jer? What are their postures like?
I would guess Aleyna seems tense.
Incredibly.
Okay. Incredibly tense. So she would walk up to the table and say, "Hey, Aleyna, what's going on?"
Hi, Nessalus.
Pointedly staring at Jer.
He looks like he's not worried.
He's not afraid,
No.
He's not afraid.
even with the crazy hair.
Be not afraid.
If you could see the horns, you might be like, "What's up with
What's
that?"
up with that?
What's that?
What up?
This is Jer. He's from my hometown.
Your hometown? Jer.
We go way back.
Way back, huh?
Back 28 years.
What
Closer to
brings
29
you
now. It's been about a year.
to darken our doorstep, Jer?
Ooh, I like that.
That's exactly why I'm here. There's a great darkness, and Aleyna is one of the lights that must dispatch it. In fact, she is the only light left.
Light? Well, I know Aleyna's fun to be around, but what do you mean light?
She's really, really white.
She's like the most pale.
I mean, the
person
last
you've
time
ever
we went
seen.
swimming, like,
She doesn't
chicks,
dance so well.
you
Clothes
don't
in the
understand. Like, we had ships running around.
She is a beacon
She's a beacon
Yeah, she's funny,
of
though.
pale. Sorry. She's pretty pale, but what do you mean light? I don't understand. Aleyna, what's he talking about?
When I left my hometown, it was to become a paladin of the Order of Light.
What does that mean?
It was a order in the service of the God of Light, who I named when I wrote my backstory. I
Hold,
think
please.
it's Loboal. Hold on.
Hold,
correct.
please. Lobo wall?
That's correct.
You know my backstory?
Some of it.
Thanks, new guy.
So, you have an order of people that worship Lobo wall?
I was a part of this order.
So, are you like me?
I'm sorry?
Are you like me? Are you like a tiefling? Or I don't understand.
No.
What does this mean?
It means that I was a part of this service similar to how Truk is with his monastery. But I left them several years ago.
Why'd you leave?
I didn't believe in God.
You didn't believe in the god anymore?
Yeah.
She
Well, I
took an
understand
oath,
that.
and not even death can release her from her duties.
Well, back
Death
off.
did release me from my duties.
Back off, Jer. I mean,
He said, "Dude."
if you
Actually,
walked
when
away.
she died, her bowels released, so she did duty when she
Well,
died.
Ew.
Ew.
Death
you,
released
JJ.
her duty.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like 12-year-olds. Okay.
Well, combined, we're almost an adult.
All together.
that's right.
So, this Order of Light, you guys protected a group, or what did you do?
We were sent on many missions to protect people in the name of this god. But we had no specific purpose aside from worshiping this god.
So, why'd you stop believing?
Well, because I don't have imaginary friends. I'm an adult now.
Okay. And why are you
Oh,
here,
snap.
Jer?
Yep.
I know, right? So snap.
She's talking to the person whose diary talks back.
I know, right?
Bunch of crazy people.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, snap.
I don't care about your imaginary friends.
It's not imaginary.
She doesn't have any of her own.
He's
She's
not
okay with
imaginary.
yours.
You've seen him write in my diary. We've talked about this. Alyssa.
I've seen tentacles spring from the ground. It doesn't mean...
They're not imaginary.
They're not. You felt them last time.
Yeah.
She's getting into her petulant stance, like acting like a kid. So you clear your throat. So what is this dark and ominous thing that's coming on, Jer?
I look at Aleyna. Can this person be trusted?
Yes.
You will vouch for her.
I will vouch for her. And sign her permission slips because she still needs that.
I do.
She needs a waiver.
There's a temple that the order was tasked to protect because there's a relic inside. Joe, does it have a name or not?
You don't know it.
Okay. There's a weapon that a group of demons and serpents are trying to get. Now, right now, there's magical protections on the temple, but it's only so long before they can bypass those.
So I'm taking it that if these demons get their hands on this relic, it would be bad.
Yes. And right now, at least they're fighting each other as well. They've defeated the rest of the order. So they're busy fighting each other, trying to get in. But as of right now, the only person that could get inside the temple is Aleyna, a living member of the Order of Light.
Man, Aleyna, I didn't know you had it like that. That's pretty cool.
You are the key.
You're the key. You are the key.
I wasn't very helpful as a member of the Order of Light as I died
You're
the
key
first
man.
time they sent me out by myself.
But
Well-
you are now living, and you are therefore a living member of the order.
You're the only living member of the order. It's pretty badass.
Says Truk, even though he's not in the room.
Close enough. He's out.
I
learning
hear a
to walk.
voice.
We hear
that
from
says-
Truk even when he's petrified. So
Yes.
So, I mean, we've taken on baddies before. I mean, we took on full Nagas. We killed that Medusa, 3 times? I just blew up a
Aleyna
wizard.
flinches.
Flinch.
I just blew up a wizard, so I'm pretty sure a group of demons won't be too bad. Do you want to round up the crew?
Well, we took out a group of demons not that long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be right up your alley then.
I'm getting kind of bored in the city anyway.
It has been like a month of just
been
sleeping
Where's
with a
your
boy.
boyfriend?
Wayne,
He approve of you leaving?
he doesn't have to approve of anything. I'm my own woman.
Damn right, let's go.
and you already got your permission slip signed. So you're cool.
So do you want to get Truk and the other guy? Calamte? I don't like him. He looks at me weird still.
Yeah, maybe we could bring some of his pirate. I'm sorry, not pirate friends.
They would come in handy.
They're unpirated.
It's nice to have cannon fodder.
It's very nice to have Cat. I like the way that guy thinks.
Probably around this time, Truk would be coming in for lunch at the end.
I think it's probably about time, yeah.
Hey, Truk. Have
Going on an
you
adventure.
done any staff play today?
Every day.
Wow, I don't think that's any
every
of your
day
business,
yesterday.
Nestleus. Don't ask him about that.
Every day.
Ask him whenever I want.
Guys, I'm getting kind of bored of this town. We got to come up with something to do.
Oh, it's your
Well.
lucky day. So guess who? Guess who?
Guess whose past just came back?
Guess whose past just came back to haunt her. Did you know
Is it
that?
currently biting you in the ass?
Did you know
Ass
that
attack.
Aleyna was some sort of light person beacon?
She is a light in my life. There's no doubt about that. Just like you. And just like Calamite.
I dropped.
And I have
No,
I
I-
had the newest iteration of the most recent contract, and I show up.
Okay.
Hey, Calamte.
Yeah, I need to speak to the innkeeper. Sorry.
I don't even want to talk to you anyway.
Right?
Okay.
So now what?
So what is this about Aleyna being a beacon of light?
She means I'm super pale.
Well, you are that, but
She doesn't take it very well.
did you mean something more than that?
Truk, meet Jer. Jer, meet Truk.
Give you a nod.
Well met.
So apparently Jer says that there's a temple that is under attack. Remember the last time we defended your monastery? Feel like doing that dance again?
I won't lie. That was a good time.
That was good times. So
Good
there's
times.
I should not love to fight, but I do.
there's an ancient relic that is under attack that we apparently need to protect, or the end of the world and stuff.
I like it. Little does she know, yeah.
It's funny. You weren't this flippant when it was the end of your world that we were dealing with.
Well, I've grown
Can't be
up
bothered.
since then.
Oh, okay.
It's been a month
She
and a
has
half.
a boyfriend now.
She realized how short her life has been because it all flashed in front of her eyes.
And now I'm sucking the marrow out of life.
Well, if you're tied up here and you have things to do, you don't have to come with us. I'm sure
I'm
we can
bored
make do.
here.
So she's become a vampire.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lifesucker.
I'm kind of bored of this place, and Wayne's getting kind of clingy, so it's probably time to skedaddle.
How far is the temple?
You're going about. Well, Aleyna would know this, but your shortest route is going to be overland, and it's essentially northeast of Wynte to the east world, and the temple itself is probably about a month overland.
A month.
Yes, you're going to the edge of the map, the Arby Dragons kind of land.
Wow.
I did say sir.
I'm gonna need to set up a projector so I can see where it is on the map.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Do you want me to prestidigitate a light bulb up your butt, Calamte?
What's a light bulb?
Being in the garage here, I can give you a reference. See the 4 windows that we can see right there?
Yeah.
We are at the metal strip in between the 4, and you need to go to that sheet hanging on the right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Pretty far.
And you guys started in the window to the left. So you're going all the way to the east. Yeah.
all the
Is
way.
there
Hopefully
a
you don't
is there a
fall off the
northwest
map.
passage?
There is,
Bunch of fun references.
well, actually, I'm going to leave some of this up to Brit. She got here from there.
Well, I mean,
5 years ago.
Got everywhere.
Yeah.
She's
And she
been around.
stopped. She probably stopped several places along the way. But,
So glad to bring that up.
what? You might have.
In the world.
Unless you
There's
walk straight for a
Aleyna
month
San
without
Diego.
stopping.
Since
Why
Calante
not?
is the
don't know.
businessman here, should we have a wagon, a caravan, horses? What would you recommend?
I heard you have some men we could bring along.
They
Could ride the
are
men.
currently policing the
yeah.
waters.
They're
of-
all seamen anyway.
Yeah,
Blah.
they're
Yeah, they have their
policing the
sea
waters
legs.
of Wynte.
If they could fight, that would be useful.
Yes,
It's
they
nice to
can
have some
fight,
pawns to sacrifice.
numbers isn't everything. Skill trumps numbers.
Did you get the chess reference?
No, I messed up.
She's not listening.
On sacrifice.
Sorry.
Sometimes numbers would be good enough. In the midst of chaos, we could find some opportunity.
True. We could get that with just a flock of sheep too.
No, they don't care about sheep. Sheep aren't going to attack anybody.
Unless you throw them at them.
Yes.
You got some
Sheep
catapults and trebuchets, and I'm all for it.
Yeah. You just set the sheep on fire.
There you go.
Poor yous.
Or me.
So do you
get
think
it.
we can recruit some of the merchant marines?
I
should we?
will put out a call to ask if any of them wish to come, and I suppose I can assign monetary value to this.
Of course you
a
would.
reward.
She like mumbles, of course you would assign monetary value.
So here's what we'll do with that, JJ. Let us do this as a charisma roll.
Okay.
Because the danger is that you will not get anyone to come along with you as pawns to sacrifice.
Don't tell them that.
Yeah. You may end up having to beat your own bishop.
How many members of the order were killed in this attack?
All
They
of
were
them.
decimated, so there's 10% left.
But is,
All of them.
I know-
Decimated is
I know, I got that reference, which is excellent. But
As far as I know, Elena is the last surviving member.
what were there?
So there were only
100
10.
or
It
were there
is-
10?
It was a temple about the size of your monastery, so I would say between 50 and 100.
I actually rolled a 9
Which
on the
was
dice
a
plus
guess. I have
2,
no idea how
so
many people were in
11.
the monastery.
I have not managed to fail with this character yet.
So here's the way
Yeah,
I
I've
wanted to
never
do it. A flat-out fail meant nobody was going with you. 7 to 9 meant I was going to let you take a D4 of people. A success is I'm going to let you take a D10 of people.
Oh, stamp.
Oh,
So hopefully you
snap.
roll well.
Yeah.
2 people.
3.
Three people.
Okay.
Three's
So
the
you're going
magic
to be able
number.
to take 3. Essentially, you can treat them however you like, but maybe they're the ones that drive the wagon, or you know, they gather your supplies, whatever it may be. You pick what roles you want to give them.
They open
Okay.
doors.
But they will not be character roles, of course. They'll be your minions. So what?
So they will play the I will look at them and divide them by their relevant statistics, so that one will be the quartermaster, one will be the scout, and one will be the.
Okay.
And then whoever has a +3 in that stat,
Minions in Dungeon World work to the effect that they give you a bonus when you do those things yourself. They don't do them for you. This, as an example, if you take the thief type of minion, they will find the trap for you by setting it off. So you probably
Which type of
don't
video?
do like the thief type.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad, though. I mean, come on.
Well, it's not necessarily bad, but it's
Hey,
a
open
minion.
that door.
Yes, exactly.
Good job.
Yeah.
sorry about that hand.
We'll send
Yeah.
a letter to your family.
Yes, you just have them typed up ahead of time. You may have some
Yeah.
condolence letters typed
yeah.
up.
Sign
ahead
here.
of time.
It's always
Some
better when the-
hashtag sorry envelopes.
And I mean, I tell them, this is hazard pay,
Yeah.
and this is what you'll be making.
Okay. So you convince 3 of them. Now that leaves your fleet short 3 men, but they could probably handle it. They've gotten into their groove.
Yeah.
They're not quite a well-oiled machine, but they're working just fine under your leadership.
I'm going to deputize one of the merchants, even though he has no marine experience, to put out a call for applications to
Okay.
see if any of the dwarves want to leave the land and join the sea.
What is
You
the,
can't take the sky from me.
What is the name of the guy you're leaving in charge?
Mal.
Malcolm.
Excuse me,
Mr. Reynolds.
Mr.
Mal.
Reynolds to you.
Mal.
Just in case
Reynolds
y'all were
from
wondering,
Firefly.
Truk has decided that given what a long voyage this is, that he's going to work on increasing his pull-up max while he's on the road. So
Really?
he's just going to randomly grab trees.
So he's going to grab
Tree
some guy
branches.
named Max and pull him along with him.
Going to be lots of pull-ups on this trip.
Have a bunch of dwarves hanging off his waist.
So you get a covered wagon, so you can grab one of the bars over top.
Tree
maybe.
branches work. So he's at 23 dead hangs now, but he hopes to get it up to 30 by the end of the trip.
Meathead.
It's just funny, Kurt. I like it. Pardon me. Okay.
He did push-ups on the protecting the book trip, and so now he's moving on to pull-ups.
I like it. But he's only working the upper body then.
He's skipping leg day.
And,
Well,
no. He's
He might not be riding a horse.
But that was practicing his walk. That was his leg day.
Well,
all the time on the bidet. That squatting motion has been really good for his legs, so he's feeling good.
he's feeling the burn and the clean.
With enough force, that could be a water dodo.
Okay, so Malcolm is left in charge, and you gather the party. Describe to me what resources you're mustering for this month-long trip. This is everybody, because everyone's going along. We'll start with you got a wagon. You got a wagon and 2 horses to pull it, because you need that to carry all your stuff.
I'm going to interview one of the caravan drivers that typically drives in that direction to learn about any dangers along the road.
Okay.
And stuff like that. Like what I need to know.
Let's do a charisma roll for that one.
Hot dang, that's a 9.
A 9. Okay. With that, he tells you that for about a week's travel, there hasn't been many problems, but groups that we've been meeting halfway in between, where we exchange cargo, have talked about the area you're headed to, that there are many spirits that are starting to roam the land. There are talks about ghosts and demons and serpents, and it's just, we don't go any farther than a week out now.
Okay.
Great.
It's worse than I thought.
Yeah.
Do we have a bard in the group?
Me,
Kind of.
Your bard?
Yeah.
technically.
As far as
But
Dungeon
you're-
World goes, she's a bard. But she has
But is she a
learned a
music
lot of
playing-
things.
Are you a music playing bard, or are you just using bard
Singing.
stats?
Well, my authoritative voice is my bard
Instrument.
thing.
I think we should hire another bard. I think it would be nice to have a nice little lute player, just as we're. I mean, this is gonna be a long ride. Let's get like maybe.
So you
some
want a
pipes.
minstrel?
You want a minstrel?
I'd like a traveling
Robin's
minstrel.
Minstrels.
Well, I actually heard that Wayne plays a pretty mean fiddle.
He plays the skin flute.
I don't think Nestless wants Wayne along for this one, although I do. I think that's a good thought.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
Wayne
serious. I'm not
doesn't feel
joking.
well.
I want a traveling minstrel on this.
Okay.
Can we make that happen? We
Just
got enough money?
because you said it,
Please make him be it.
you have to play that part.
Done.
And that is your minion to play, and assign her a name.
Why is it a her?
Because
Wait.
Kurt's always wanted to play a female
I
character.
have
I'm going to
a
let him play
female
a female
bard
minion.
minion.
Yeah.
Yes,
Named Alyssa.
dude.
No, not Alyssa.
Why
I'm using that.
would you do?
It's going to be one of the names you went by.
Okay.
All right.
I had
Done,
already
done,
planned
done.
on it.
Done
I
and
love
done.
that.
What's her name?
So you need to describe her and name her, because she is now showing up at the caravan as you're preparing to go. What does she look like?
She is
She's an elf.
She is definitely an elf. She
Okay.
is a.
She's wearing a gimp suit.
She's 3 foot.
She is not
she's
wearing
3 foot
shoes.
tall. She has a flat head.
She is not wearing plaid skirt or stockings. She's just.
That's how you've always described your elf women.
I know, but this is not. This is not. This is just a little minion. She's probably going to die in day 3.
Whoa, whoa.
Well, I mean,
Whoa.
they're pawns here. Her name is Wylena.
Make sure you write that down.
Wylena.
Wylena.
It's a very elvish name.
Totally is. Sorry.
Wylena, because one leg is shorter than the other.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Y'all are just warped.
Yep.
She's Wylena. She's a very petite.
But our legs are about the same length, so
Elves are often taller than us, but she's a very petite, short, kind of dirty blonde elf.
Yeah, she's dirty.
Dirty blonde. And she has light leather armor on and a lute. And also on her, attached to kind of her belt, she has a small set of pipes.
Okay. And here's a quirk I'm going to give to you. Every time she plays the lute, she manages to snap a string and spends half of the time replacing strings. So use that.
Is it
just
usually the G
as a
string?
fun thing. Yeah. It's usually the G.
She snaps it while she's playing.
Yeah, while she's playing something, she's you think a low-level bard, she's got to have a quirk. Her quirk is, regardless of how beautiful the music is, by the end of the song, it breaks, and she spends a lot of time fixing the string.
Okay.
Okay. I give you something to play with, other than your little elf girl.
I'm so excited to have a female elf minion.
Exactly.
Are we all
That's why
getting
you got it.
interns, or how does this work?
First, actually, I suppose I'm first regardless. From there, what else is anybody else bringing? We're going to assume provisions. You got your food, you got your tent, you got whatever you need because you're going to camp several times along the way.
Yeah, I'm assuming hunting is out of the question because of the serpents and demons in the area. It's not
Well,
gonna
for
work
the
out.
first week or so, hunting might be all right.
to
And
save
it might
some
be all right
rations.
after that, too. But
Gotcha.
You don't know.
there's a lot of stuff out there, yeah.
Just might be a more exotic meat.
Yeah, it might be. It might be
Yeah.
demon meat.
It may be elf meat.
I would have.
All tastes like chicken.
They were forced to eat Truk's minstrels.
Truk
And there was
also
much rejoicing.
would like to have bought a inexpensive bow and arrow,
Okay.
not as a weapon, but he's going to take up archery
Okay.
as a new form of meditation to work on his focus while he's gone. So he's going to do pull-ups
Interesting.
and then work on his shooting. You know, if there's some free
That's
time.
still
He's just
all
thinking,
upper body.
He's just
Yeah.
thinking there's going to be a lot of free time. On
He's
this journey.
actually going to lay on his back and shoot with his feet. He's working on his toe
True's actually going
dexterity.
to pioneer a new method of exercise called Bowflex.
Bowflex. I like it.
All right. So he's got his bow and his elf girl. He's good to go.
It's good to go.
Well, is there anything extra Nessalus would bring for a month-long overland journey? It might be the longest you've ever traveled.
The longest I've ever traveled.
Might
So,
be.
of course, her trunk of all her little sundries. She's built up quite a wardrobe. No, nothing really extra. Just her
I
sturdy.
actually muted it. I hope you
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Her sturdy travel
My
clothing.
microphone still picked it up.
I know.
Her cloak.
Uh-huh.
Just like all her regular stuff, and of course her diary.
Okay.
And there's a very tearful goodbye to
With
Wayne.
Yeah.
Him doing all the
Nessalus
crying.
was fine. He was
Were
crying.
He was doing all the
okay, I was
crying.
going to say, were
Poor
they
guy.
crocodile tears? Like,
He was doing all the crying. I'll be back.
You
Totally.
could prestidigitate your own
Totally.
tears.
I'll totally
Totally.
be back.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Don't you fret none.
Don't you fret none.
And if Mary needs any accompaniment, you just go along with her for now, okay? Just take care of that.
That's it. Nothing extra special.
Okay. Would Aleyna be bringing anything extra? She was a traveler already. What
Yeah,
kinda-
Aleyna doesn't
What's
really
her
keep
traveling
anything extra.
accoutrement? What does she bring along with her?
Clothes and like a knapsack of food because I just wanted to say the word knapsack just now.
You did. It came out too,
Yeah.
out loud.
I think it's time for us to get started, everyone. But better
yes.
soon.
Let us begin this journey to.
So,
what
what-
is the nearest town's name?
The town you are, or the temple you are headed to, is a couple of days east of the town where Aleyna is from. Does Brit remember the name of that town?
Melgum.
Melgum. That is about a month away, overland. That is where you're headed. Along the way, there are many towns. Very few, actually, maybe one sized that might be considered a city. Most places you're going to pass have between 10 and 50 people.
Okay.
Although Aleyna is from a small town that's right outside of a large city, so if they know the area, they would know the large city Noak.
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 It is the largest city in the East World. And when she says right outside, it's still a couple of days, but outside
It was
of.
half an hour.
Well, if you're riding full speed on a horse,
Okay.
yeah.
Our
But it's
horses
not
will
too
be dead by then, and we will have eaten them.
We will
And
have
the
eaten-
elf.
She's planning ahead. Eating the horses. Oh, and the elf.
So we're the Donner Party.
I'm sorry.
We're the Donner Party then.
No one's eating my elf.
Dahmer.
I don't
Well, hey.
know what
Dahmer.
you're referencing.
Jeffrey
right
Dahmer.
now.
the guy who
Donner.
ate people.
Donner Party, not Dahmer. Donner.
What's
Oh,
Dahmer?
that's the plane
What's it-
crash.
Where they got snowed
No,
in
that's the people who got snowed in and
That was
ate
a
each
soccer
other
team in the Andes.
That's
in
beautiful.
the
the
Rockies.
Andes?
back in going across the
In the Rockies.
the west.
I got
Okay.
the Firefly reference.
Wow, we are
I
terrible at
understood
history.
that like a minute later. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know that character's last name, but I'll look it up.
Reynolds.
I got it. Thanks, guys.
Welcome.
Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to set off on the first day. And at the first camp, what I want to hear is Kurt.
You want to hear Kurt or you want to hear Wylena?
Exactly. I want to hear, so as you set up your first camp, what I'd like to hear is some character interaction, a lot possibly from Aleyna, about why they might be on this trip. from Kurt about that minstrel that he picked up. And I'm also curious how much you're going to be paying her. I haven't worked out the deal yet, but I'm curious if you have.
He's not paying her in money.
She actually
He's
wants
paying
that.
her with nature's credit
She's
card.
bored. She wants some adventure. She was eager to come along when
She's
asked.
being paid in experience,
There you go.
Nice. Okay.
like
so you're
college bands.
you're huddled around
This is
the
an internship.
Pay her in beer.
There's no pay.
you're huddled around the campfire. Who would start the campfire? I'm curious. In this group, who would be the one to start the fire?
The girl that can throw fireballs.
It
We
could be.
didn't
That's a good
start
point.
the fire.
Well,
Nessalus
all right, so maybe Truk would gather wood.
Turning.
So Truk got wood, and Aleyna sets it on fire.
There we
Not,
go.
Nessalus.
Not Aleyna.
Nessalus.
Damn it, the other Aleyna.
Nessalus
Little Aleyna.
If
lights
Nessalus
it
was a
on
little low on mana, then I would rub sticks together to make the fire. But you know,
Low on mana.
fire. She's never low on mana.
He would use his bow.
So you settle around the fire. As the evening sets, you've just finished your. Perhaps somebody made a stew or something. Who would be the cook of the group? I'm curious about that.
Actually, the clam tay would be
Yeah. What would he make?
hunter's stew.
Aleyna would clean up afterwards.
Made
'cause
with real hunters?
She's used to
Yes.
dishes and stuff.
Cool.
Poachers.
they're kind of they're not so stringy. Poachers aren't so stringy. Hunters
It's a
are.
little gamey.
Now
What? And I'm just curious, what kind of ingredients would be in it? Why not?
It's basically just raw meat gets thrown into a pot of veggies and over a fire, and I mean just as many starchy and acidic vegetables as possible.
Cool. All right.
Starchy, acidic vegetables.
Starchy
So-
and acidic.
Yeah.
So
Because
potatoes
that's going to
and
have to bubble
tomatoes.
for a while in the little cauldron you brought.
Yep.
What kind of entertainment is going to be happening while dinner's cooking? While that fragrant aroma starts to permeate the air around the campfire.
right, so I would have talked to Wylena, and she knows that she's been brought to provide
Entertainment.
evening entertainment for the party, particularly because Truk loves the soothing, dulcet tones of a lute or pipes, or if possible a lyre. Although we don't have one of those on this trip. And so,
There's a lot of liars in the group.
but that is true.
Yeah.
And Wylena was very eager to come and is happy to play in exchange for being able to be part of the journey. So we tell her that we have some time till dinner, and she said that she would be happy to play a quiet tune on her pipes.
Okay.
And then when she gets started, she realized that the pipes were blocked, and she was actually going to have to clean them. So she decided that she would.
Oh, come on.
So that she would try using her lute instead. At which time she sat down, adjusted herself, her clothing, took it up, and started to play the
The
lute. Yes, play the lute. The not so famous ballad of Kevros,
okay.
which she played for several minutes, and the party was quiet. Actually, surprised at the quality of her play and the beauty in her voice. And the stew is bubbling, and Calamite is stirring. Wylene is playing, and then all of a sudden, bing, 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 the string breaks.
Oh my eye!
and she loses her composure. She does. This never happens. Oh, this never happens. I promise.
That's what they always say.
Happens every time.
And I'll have to restring him. Perhaps we can pick this up later. But
Calamte is formulating a plan
To kill her.
to actually
something for stew tomorrow.
he's going to try to pare down. And he knows that the horses didn't make as good a time as they should have, and that has to do with the trunk that Nestless brought. So he's going to, at the first city or town they come to, do a little bit of trading.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to get rid of some of the dead weight.
Some of the ballast.
Methinks you be the next dead weight who gets the plank.
It's my industrial strength hair dryer.
It's for all the hair.
I can't live without
And
it.
she has her horn straightener.
Can't you just adjust your appearance so that your hair is dry?
No, I could press the digitate it dry.
It would look like it's true.
Then yeah.
So there.
So what you need that for?
It only lasts
Because
about an hour.
I need it.
Sell that.
Exactly, Aleyna. Exactly.
Because I want it.
So what's the conversation around the fire after the dinner's over?
I will be trying to convince Nestlis to do a little practice her trading.
Do so.
Jared's going to relieve
So-
himself by the tree.
Yes,
Nessie. I
Clam.
don't. Did you happen to, perchance, did you see what Aleyna packed? And
Yes.
our friend Truk here.
Yes.
And you see that the heaviest thing that I brought with me is my
Your head.
my armor.
Yes.
40-pound sword.
I can't say myself, but the head. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. While I appreciate your stylistic choices, the next town has actually been hankering for a fashion update. And they,
Oh, I would be happy to do a fashion show for them.
yes. And then perchance trade your clothing to the tailors so that they can update their fashion.
No, I don't need any of my stuff tailored. All my stuff is actually quite well fitting.
What
You want
I'm
to see?
What I'm saying is you need to leave
Leave you at the next town?
your clothing.
What?
Oh, yes. Yes, Nestlis.
You want me
we-
to walk around? What?
We need you to dress a little bit more utilitarian for
wait,
the,
no,
for
wait,
the road.
wait.
Because I wouldn't
wait,
want your stuff to be damaged. You can pick it up on the way back.
Wait. So,
I think that was 6 weights. You'll be waiting a while, buddy.
Aleyna didn't pack much. Truk didn't pack much. You didn't pack much. That means we have plenty of room for my stuff.
She's carrying all the extra weight.
We should have
You get a
gone
gold
at
star.
least another 10 miles on this journey this morning. This is one of the easiest legs of our trip.
Okay.
Wait, Nessie, if I
Okay.
may, while you look spectacular in your scarlet hooded robe and equally stunning in your bright green emerald top, I do think that you'd
Who's
be
talking to you?
you
The
would be
elf
well.
part is
Go
getting
play with your
jealous.
elf.
He put his elf on the shelf for now.
Go play with your elf.
That was good. I like that.
So, okay, so what if I just levitate my trunk? So it's not slowing down the caravan. It just levitates behind it.
Isn't
I
that
think
gonna
that's a
tire
fair-
you out.
No. I need to practice my levitation anyway.
I think she should have to roll for that.
Oh, she'll have to roll for whatever she does. But it won't be right now.
If you can do it in a way that would allow
Stop
our
hindering
horses
the
to...
horses.
Yeah.
So what if I split my wardrobe between the two wagons? There's two wagons, right?
One wagon.
There's one wagon.
One wagon.
One wagon, several
What I'm
horses.
saying is you can do a service to the surrounding towns because their choice of fashion is largely determined by the
Why don't you do
city.
me a service and shut your mouth and stop?
I want to roll, and if she
Picking into my
fails,
business.
she has to have one outfit for the next month.
Well, you cut out.
What?
Are you
Is
there?
that better? Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go. Stop poking your nose into my business, Clam Tay.
Punk.
The thing is, your business is my business.
Literally.
So,
What?
Your stuff is his profit.
but
Business,
it would be
business.
your profit. You bought those. You bought your dresses and all that with your wages. I'm trying to teach you how to make a profit from those by trading to the towns who do not have access to fashion.
So you want to price gouge these poor little outlying towns,
Not price gouge, update their fashion.
a.k.a. rob them blind. I see where you're going with this, Clam Tay,
You could start a new trend in northern cities.
but I'm not giving up my stuff. I'll
All right.
levitate them behind the wagons.
And if that fails,
Tomorrow.
it gets left behind.
No, then we'll explore the trading option again.
Okay.
Very well. Who's going to question Aleyna on why y'all are going here to begin with?
I mean, there's shadow demons and snake things,
And you have wobbly bits.
and I got wobbly bits, and they
So-
need to be introduced.
The wobbly bits need to be introduced to the snake things.
I smite them with my
And the
mushroom stamp.
tentacles.
and the
Don't forget
tentacles.
that was an important part of that battle.
So I don't know if we established it, but did you even find out how the old man knew where to find you?
I
We took it as
asked,
faith.
How did you find me? And he said, a little bird told me.
Yeah. And you're letting that go?
If he was going to say something, he would have said it.
Oh.
I've been dealing with him for years.
Yeah, but he wouldn't even let you play chess.
I know.
That's just because she's
Trust
bad
me,
at
I
it.
remember this.
So are we gonna? I want to hear more from Jer. So tell me about your travels. What have you seen?
I was on
Where
a
have you
boat most
been?
of the time, so I didn't really see much except for the sea.
Did you get sick? I got wickedly sick last time I was on a boat.
No, it was fun.
Are you sure you're not from the north?
Wicked smart.
Get smacked.
So I'm the only one that gets sick
Wicked
on
stomp
ships.
coming.
Great. That's good to know.
Yeah, it was.
We go
Must
by
be
land.
must be something with your genetics.
What do you have against my genes, Jer?
I don't know. Just look a little off to me.
Nothing, you're 17.
So, I'm curious what you can bring to the group. Like, what talents
job interview
can you
now.
offer?
It's a good point. It is practically a job interview from Calamity, if you think about it.
I'm the one that brought the task to Aleyna.
I don't know who the rest of you are.
Basically, here's how it's going to go. If she doesn't make it there, then this is all for naught. She's the only one that can get into the temple.
Okay.
So the object is to protect her to make sure she can get there.
And how are you going to help protect her?
I have skills.
Mad skill.
And they're multiplying?
Ninja skills, computer hacking skills.
Have
you
a
like to
particular
test me?
set of skills.
Girls love guys
Yes,
with
I would like to
skills.
see what you can bring to the table.
Fight, 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 fight.
Fight.
Are you challenging him to a duel?
I am
He
not
plays
challenging
a
him to
wicked
duel,
game of chess. Leave him
But,
alone.
I assume you do like morning drills or something.
Yeah, he probably does. You probably see him working, doing calisthenics and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely looks fit, for an older guy.
Yeah.
Older dude.
Is there any like out of character? I know you're the cleric. Is there any
Yeah, I
like
gotcha.
regalia?
Oh
Or-
yeah, he has like a symbol that looks like an eye, and the lash turns into a key.
Okay. And do I happen to know what that is?
Chris just made it up, so.
Yeah. No. I'm.
That's a good
Maybe
question.
it depends. I don't. I think it might depend on your.
Well, let's do this. Go ahead and spout lore,
Yeah.
JJ.
Spout lore. So that's a intelligence.
Yep. Yeah, that's a basic move. I had several basic
Yeah, they're
move
over
sheets
here.
out here. Share them out because everybody should have one.
All right. That is a failure.
Oh, crap.
Oh my god, that's your first failure.
So here's what I
know,
want
right?
you to do, JJ, is spout what you want. What are you going to say it is? You recognize it wholeheartedly, and you're going to say it is.
It is the order of clerics that believe that they can remove the suffering from the world by causing their own suffering. So every ounce of suffering that they take, the world doesn't take.
Okay. And you say that.
A lot of self-flagellation.
Your failure.
Essentially.
Your failure is you say failure. Your failure is you say that out loud.
I do. And correct me if I'm wrong,
My
but
failure is
blah,
I said
blah,
it that
blah.
way.
No, I'm not even sure what that is.
You just made that crap up, dog. And you're welcome to answer him in whatever way you see fit. But
It's the symbol of Znanya, which is the goddess of knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, you haven't met her, Glenn.
oh my, that was damn funny. Okay. So between the two of you, you're all set with your conversation.
And I'll end it with, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
What's your 5-year plan?
Stay alive.
Stay alive. All right, and I think on that note, we're going to wrap up this session where Brittany has successfully avoided any conversation at the campfire, although she was specifically singled out. Well done. We're ending this session of Adventures from the Shed here, and we're all going to say...
Bye,
Bye.
We love you, penis.
Sitting around a campfire enjoying a hunter stew in the Ballad of Kevros, our heroes discuss why they are on the road again. We end with a fun discussion regarding Netzelis's ability to pack for a trip. Thanks for joining us. The preceding podcast was brought to you by One Joe Young. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.